You know, a lot of creators, and I understand this, want to get everything perfect. Edits, scripts. And in complete transparency, I do have scripts sometimes. But obviously I don't, right? And you might be able to see me read, and I'll be the first to admit it. But I wrote the fucking script. It's my story. I ain't making shit up. So, next time you see people's eyes dart around and they try to claim it's natural, you know, that's well, for me, it's a finely attuned nervous system. I've been clocking this shit my whole life. I'm gonna start off with a story on this one. I don't think I've said it. Maybe I have. My grandpa, Robert D. Banghart. He was a butcher. He was also a poet. He was a warrior. And he had a saying: when you think you weaken the team, I think I know the origin of that. You see, when he was 15, him and his friends enlisted World War II. Before they even got on the ship they were assigned to, they met somebody in line. Gave him the willies, the heebie-jeebies. My grandpa. Him and his buddy looked at each other and they said, if we get on that ship, we're fucking dead. And so, knowing that the admiral or whoever, I don't know how the military works back then or now, but imagine if you're supposed to be on a ship and you weren't, you went on another one, probably got yelled at, probably had to do some shit, you know. But they were like, those consequences far outweigh death. Let's listen to our lizard guts, you know. So he lived. He lived. So, was that from a higher power? No. Nervous system. Nervous system. So, I mean, he didn't know what it was. And here, I'll go back on script here. I mean, they didn't know what it was, and I don't know who felt it. Well, I know my grandpa felt it. He had the gift. I have the gift. Sometimes it skips generations for protection. Safekeeping. You know, like Cal and his whiskers. So, they cut out, man. They risked getting their asses tanned by whoever was in charge. But they lived, and here's the kicker. They found out while that ship was at sea to its destination, 3 sailors overboard, gone, without a trace. Their intuition, their lizard guts. But then, here's the thing. They had to use the mind to weigh the facts and the logic, right? I'm not sure the heart had any fucking thing to do with it. And also, for the record, your heart is a pump, okay? Your heart is a pump. You don't store fear in your fucking heart. Fear is the amygdala, okay? So anybody that tries to keep you in your heart space, tell you that's where your fear is, they're fucking lying. They're trying to use you, okay? So, let's go, man. So, intuition. It's not magic. It's your nervous system, right? It's a signal that comes from inside because you've been able to clear things for a moment, just long enough to receive it from your head. It's not from your heart. It's from your guts. The lizard brain. The part that evolved before you had language. The part that knows before you can explain it with words. See, we're stuck in these loops. The old operating system, the fear, the hypervigilance, the scanning for a threat. But my grandpa, I don't think he ever looped. Not really. He trusted the feeling. He acted on it. He didn't think. He moved. And here's the thing. This story, it's not just a story. It's everyone's story. Because you felt that same ping, right? You felt the signal. And you felt it in your guts saying, something's wrong. Something's off. Cut out, bounce. Trust it. Trust it. Most of you don't. Most of you overwrite it. Most of you talk yourselves out of it. Most of you think your way out of it. And then you end up on the ship that you weren't meant to be on. The ship where bad things happen. So my grandpa knew the consequences. He knew he could get in trouble. He knew there'd be fallout. But he knew the real consequence was worse. Getting on a ship that wasn't meant for him. Holding on to the lie and pretending it's not there until the whole thing falls. It's a trap. So this isn't just about enlisting. This isn't just about war. This is about everything. The relationships that aren't right, the jobs that aren't right, the containers that aren't right. You know the consequences. You know the cost of staying. But you hold on anyway. You pretend. You hope. You delay. Richie bitch number one. You know the consequences. You know what you're doing. You know what you've done. You minimize it. And try to cast blame on others. Including me. I wasn't even fucking around. I didn't even know you existed. You knew I existed before I knew you existed. And you know what's falling down around you? And you still hold on? Here's the truth. Collapse is worse when you pretend it's not happening. I didn't realize it. But just like everything else, I had it all mapped out months ago. The videos, the lore, the protocols, it was all there. I just didn't upload them. They're unlisted, sitting there, waiting. And even the stuff I did upload, the lore, it's in there too. You were just too stuck in your head to see it, along with everybody else, pretending the lie is real. So, why? Why didn't I upload it? Why don't I do anything? Because the timing wasn't right. Because I was still holding out hope. Because I was still waiting for something to change. Because I was thinking instead of listening. I was hoping you'd come to your senses. Not because things could be the way they were. No, just for fucking reality to happen. I don't have expectations. You taught me that. Thank you. But also, I imposed expectations. It's part of my job. And I know that they cause harm. So, you didn't actually teach me shit. You just helped me remember. So, my grandpa's lizard guts saved his fucking life. Your lizard guts can save yours too. It's not magic, silly goose. It's biology. It's a nervous system. It's the signal that comes from inside when you clear the noise and just receive. Clearing the noise is what the Vyvanse does, right? So, the stutter is the signal. The wobble is the mountain. The hand that holds nothing receives everything. Why? Because it can let go of it all, too. True story. And when you think, you weaken the team, and you're stuck in your fucking head, and I'm not. And that's why I just create now, and let everything stack up. It'll come out when it needs to, or, maybe I won't have to do any of the work, because it's all in here. The stories that I write, you see. I'm feeding the rat. Yeah. This one, for the homies, for the lizard guts, for the ship that didn't take my grandfather's life. And for you, to finally come to your senses. Not just witchy bitch number one, all of us. I'm still working too. Here's the thing. There is no perfection. There is no ascension. There is only recycling and recalibrating and getting sharper and sharper and sharper. Unless you I get stuck in the loop. Oh shit. Been there, done that. Whoop whoop. Yeah, whoop whoop.